Hey everyone, it is Tim here with Robot Butt Recommends. It is Thursday, or so the notification on my phone has told me. So we're here with another suggestion, or at least I'm here with another suggestion. And at least for me, it has been another very rainy, very stormy day, which I'm not super complaining about. It gave me an opportunity to drink tea all day and stare wistfully out the window. So kind of like last Thursday, I thought I would just use that as inspiration for suggesting something that puts me in the mood, or rainy days put me in the mood to watch with a nice little drink. I have talked before about how I'm a pretty big fan of true crime. I eat that stuff up. So I wanted to recommend I'll Be Gone in the Dark. Both the book and the HBO docuseries that is currently airing. There are 4 episodes out. I've watched the first 3. I haven't watched the newest one from this week. But the reason I think that this, especially compared to a lot of murder shows, as my fiance and I refer to them, what this has over a lot of those is it isn't really just about the crimes and the murderer. In fact, I mean, when the book was published by Michelle McNamara, she had passed away before she could actually finish it. At the time of publication, the identity of the killer, the Golden State Killer, still was not known. And it was after the book's publication and some of the work that her and researchers had done that the person was found, and kind of gave the story new life that way as well. So the I'll Be Gone in the Dark focuses less on the killer and the killer's mindset and the killer's motivation, which a lot of true crime stuff, especially when you're dealing with serial killers, does tend to zero in on that because it wasn't known. So instead, it's a big focus on the victims themselves and what they went through and what was driving the author, Michelle, to uncover the identity, because she ended up taking this very, very seriously. It took over a large portion of her life, and a good deal of the book and the documentary series expands on it, is about her and what drew her to this case, the kind of responsibility she felt to all the victims that she met and talked with to get them closure and get them justice for the ordeal that they went through. Other reviewers and stuff have used this term, and I agree with it. It transcends the genre because it is a much more humane approach to this type of story. Normally it's very clinical, it's very investigative, and these are the facts, this happened to these people, this is the killer did this, and the audience, along with whoever the investigators are, it's more about finding the clues, seeing who did this, figuring out who did it. And I'll Be Gone in the Dark kind of puts that off to the side and instead focuses on what things like this actually do to people, and not in a very graphic way. I mean, the book does describe things in graphic detail, but it doesn't linger on things, and the documentary doesn't linger on things, and it spends a lot of time giving the victims themselves space to recount things in their own voice, as opposed to just being told how something went down and how other people might have felt. So it does it's kind of a more intimate and more human true crime story than what the genre typically offers. So it's, a rainy, dreary day, kind of like last week, and I recommended Seven. These rainy days always kind of put me in the mood for that kind of stuff. Obviously, not everyone is into true crime, and we have a lot of other crappy things going on. But for anyone who is interested in that and who does enjoy the true crime genre in any capacity, I'll Be Gone in the Dark, I think, is a very well done and very interesting take on that genre. Both the book and the series that is currently going on HBO. And even if you've read the book, and maybe you like the book, but you don't really care much about revisiting it all over again. The documentary series, is less a just straight up adaptation as it is an expansion on it, and kind of focusing more on Michelle herself and the whole process, as opposed to just translating what she wrote in the book into a visual medium, into the screen. So even if you know the case, even if you read the book, the documentary series is still very worthwhile because it provides additional insight that did not come across on the page and wasn't actually written down and presented there. So I thought the book was very well done. It's very unfortunate that she didn't get to finish it herself, but you can tell that she put a lot of care into it, and her researchers and her husband, Patton Oswalt, kind of pushed it through in the end to make sure it got out, and they all also helped make sure that this documentary was done very well. So yeah, very good true crime story, very well presented. So that's something that you can check out this weekend and going forward as the new episodes are released. The series, obviously, you will need an HBO subscription to one of the many apps they have now. The book you can order online or get from your library. But there you go. And before I go, just a reminder that Robot Butt has also launched a new podcast last week, Franchise Strikes Back. So you can look for that on all the major podcast listening apps and services that you have: Apple, Spotify, Stitcher. There's a whole bunch of other sites that it goes to as well. I don't even know all of them myself. And follow us on social media at Back Franchise on Twitter. We have a Facebook page and an Instagram account as well. So you can follow us. You can leave comments for us and tell us how good or bad of a job we're doing. All feedback is good feedback, they tell me. So check that out as well. Additional plug for us. But enjoy the rest of the week and the weekend. As always, stay safe, and we will see you next time.